Good morning. Would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Would you please remain standing for a moment of silence? Thank you.
Good morning, Scorpions. It is Friday, March 29th, and you are watching SheaTV. As you may know, Arizona merit testing is coming up next week. So, students, be sure, as always, to eat a healthy breakfast, get at least 8 hours of sleep, and be ready to come to school and show your best work. Please bring your own earbuds if you have them, as you'll be needing those on testing days. Tuesday will be a half day, and that is also the first day of our Arizona merit testing. So please do mark your calendars for this early dismissal coming up on April 2nd. If the teachers haven't already done so by now, you will be finding out your testing classroom either today or Monday. And during Arizona Merit, you may also want to bring something with you to do if you finish early, as there will be no electronic devices permitted as long as students are testing. So that means even if 30 kids are done and there's one student still testing, there's no electronic devices. So some good ideas of things you might want to bring is anything that keeps you entertained, such as a favorite book, maybe a comic book, drawing supplies, Sudoku puzzles, or any other form of entertainment that you enjoy that can be done silently and without a screen or a battery. Okay, so there are, again, no electronic devices when we are done testing. So please bring something to entertain yourself with. And if you're one of those kids who like to bring candies during test day, please remember to unwrap all of those noisy things prior to testing, because your teachers aren't going to let you do all that crinkling during the exam. All right, canned food drive. Students, please be sure to continue to bring in your canned goods to your I&E teacher now through April 6th. 7th and 8th graders, remember this weekend you can grab your 100% free formal wear outfit. That's right at the district office. And if you need more information, we've got flyers in the library. Yearbooks. Don't forget that you can still order a yearbook. I believe it's through April 20th. I'll have more on that when we come back, but you can order one online for just $20 by visiting our Shea Middle School website. Sports, when we come back on Monday, boys wrestling will be starting that Monday, April 1st. So those of you that are going to be wrestling, please remember to bring your workout gear for that. If you have any more questions or still need a permission slip, you can get those from Mr. Swigart or up in the front office. Attention all 8th graders. If you guys missed that meeting yesterday and you're interested in the Spirit program and being a cheerleader or a stunt person for Shadow Mountain High School, it's not too late. You can join the tryout clinic that's being held April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So that tryout clinic is held right next door, and it's till 6 p.m. every night, and there is no cost. You can contact Coach Carey or pick up a flyer in the library right where you check out books. Okay, this week we are revisiting Sting, and we're still talking about what it means to be a stinger. So teachers, if you'll show the video that's right at the end of SheaTV and lead the group discussions. We've covered the first 2 letters of Sting, and today we're going to be covering the 3rd letter, I, for integrity. Last up are the lunch choices. We've got chicken nuggets with a wheat roll, stuffed crust cheese pizza, and a fruit and cheese pack. So you guys have a great weekend. Remember that we start that Arizona merit testing. Please bring something to do for when you finish and your earbuds. And with all of that being said, make it a great weekend, and we'll see you right back here on Monday.
Hello, and welcome to today's lesson. Today, we're going to learn about integrity. A person who has integrity is someone who believes in kindness, honesty, and fairness, and practices those things every day in every way. For example, a person who is nice one day, but then tricks or teases someone on another day, does not have integrity. But a person who always does the right thing because it's what they believe in, well, that person does have integrity. So if you are kind, truthful, honest, and fair, and you act that way every day, pretty soon, people will see you as a person with integrity. And that's a super goal to aim for. That's the power of integrity. Now, here's your challenge. How can you practice living with integrity as an individual? In your classroom, and as part of your school. Good luck in your challenge. And good luck practicing integrity. Remember, integrity means being kind, truthful, honest, and fair each and every day.
Raise your hand if you lie. Now, right now, if your hand is down, you're probably a bigger liar than the person nearest to you with their hand up. But it's okay. We all lie. Don't worry. I lie all the time. Ask my mom. But the problem is that little things turn into big things. Because how we do anything is how we do everything. So if you lie now, it's going to make lying later way easier. But if you tell the truth now, the truth comes way easier later. But it's difficult because today we're flooded with definitions like honesty and hypocrisy and humility. And maybe we don't even know what they actually mean. Because if you Google them on the surface, the definitions are easy. But when you put them into practice, they don't work. Humility is unique because when you have humility, people don't notice. That's the most important thing about humility, is nobody notices but you. 9 times out of 10, if you ask someone if they have humility, the answer will be yes, simply because they think that they're being honest. But it's not honesty, it's not meekness, it's not belittling yourself. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. Humility is thinking of yourself less. Right? So, it's funny, someone was asking me and I was trying to tell them about humility. And the most important thing is when you work in your groups, your teams, your leadership, wherever you are, your ministry of your church, nobody notices. But it doesn't work unless you have integrity. Integrity is when you align your actions with your beliefs. The Latin adjective integer means whole or one. Think of it like that. That's where the word integrity comes from. I like to think of it as a pizza. So if you cut the pizza, you separate the pieces out, but it leaves a missing part in the center. When you don't have a center, you don't have a point of reference. You lose your integrity. And it leaves you asking a question like, why do I feel this way? What am I missing? And oftentimes we try to use beauty, fame, money, success, and popularity to bring the pieces back together, but it just doesn't work. It leaves you confused and wondering, why do I not feel important? But the thing about integrity is that it leads to hypocrisy. If you don't align your actions with your beliefs, you kind of become a hypocrite. Acting has always been a passion of mine, like the theater, the lights, the sound. And in high school, I was studying for a vocab test, and the word was hypocrite. And the Greek root suggests something along the lines of an image of a person who wears a mask and pretends to be someone he or she is not in a theatrical production. And when I think about that, I think we all have masks. And maybe we don't even know what they are, like our social media or our internet or the things we post. But the theatrical production is just our lives. Do you post things about what your life is like? Or do you post things about what you want people to think that your life is like? Do your tweets start with I? Or do your tweets start with we did this? It's all something to consider. It's kind of like the movies, Iron Man, Batman. They all start out with a mask in the beginning of the movie, but by the end of the movie, we figure out who they are. We always, the person is revealed, and it's because they're missing the humility side of the equation. I think for humility and integrity, one thing I like to do at this, I feel like I'm 12 up here, but one thing I like to do is look up to people. I find mentors and people I can study off of, teachers and people who have built legacies. And one of the things I do is, a person I look up to is named Ellie. And when I think about Ellie, she 100% has no prejudice against color, race, religion. She can face the world without lies. She can take blame without resentment. She can even start the day without caffeine. But it's interesting because as soon as I think I'm just like Ellie, I remember that Ellie is just my family dog. So as soon as you think you have humility and integrity and you're not a hypocrite, you're just as good as your dog that sleeps on the floor. And so all this to say, I'm not bashing my dog. I love my dog. We all love our dogs. But the thing is that there's no levels to humility and integrity. You kind of have it and you practice it, or you have it and you don't practice it. There's no in between. No one's better. If you're great at it, you're just as good as your dog. And so my idea today is to encourage us to align our actions with our beliefs. Think of ourselves a little bit less, others a little bit more. And we'll know exactly who we are, and we'll know exactly what we want. Thank you.